Hey guys, welcome back to Not Pawn Characters Shows 10 Years Later, or whatever the title is. Today, Dragon Tales. Emmy became the mayor here of where they live. They live in Botwood Terrace, like I said. Max became a writer of a series of books called Dragon Tales, which were based on his memories in Dragonland all those decades ago. And Enrique became a Spanish teacher who Emmy married. She has a photo of every dragon of her best friends in Dragonland on her desk. Now, Kessel took the photograph. I think I'm using the word. It could be a photograph or a picture, I don't know. Anyway. Wait. That was it. That was. Oh. Like, what are they doing 10 years later? Like, oh yeah. Well, like I just said, Emmy barely spends any time. She always looks at that photograph of Kessel. And she get married to Enrique in like a month. Like I planned this all out. And also, sorry that I failed in one of my videos. I promise it won't happen again. Anyway, back to the video. Anyway, Emmy never forgot about Dragon Tale Land. And she actually read Dragon Tale, the book. Math? You took my idea for a book, she yelled from. But she didn't get mad at her brother. I mean, and then, well, this is actually kind of a 10-year later special too. So, anyway, she looked at the photograph too. And she said, Kessel, what would you do? You see, going back to my Lego video game stuff, I forgot to mention if you were in their house and press Y in their toy room, yes, you will get transported to the magical land of Dragon Tale Land. Kessel, as Emmy remembered some Kessel's kind words over the years, even after he retired from teaching at the school in the sky. Even though he retired almost 15 years ago, he retired 25 years from teaching at the school in the sky. And Matt and Emmy said, as her secretary said, sorry. It's been almost 25 years since I was a little kid. And I'm just staring at this photo of me and my parents. She made it up. She really stared at a photo of her and Kessel. Of Kessel took many pictures with them. Kessel took many different photographs as she said, goodbye, Kessel. Goodbye, Kessel. Goodbye, Kessel. As she didn't want to sing the entire Goodbye Kessel song. But then she put it back down. Now this 10-year later reunion will reunite them all. Matt, so tired of writing these books. And why they not die? Well, the demand is there for the both. And Enrique could use a break from teaching Spanish to not Spanish-speaking children. As she still 10 years later, she said her old childhood, she used a phone just to call Math and said, "Hey Math." Thanks to propulsion technology, we have hologram now. Yeah, I know, Emmy. Me? What's up? Our house is almost, ever since our parents died, it's been almost 25 years. It's been exactly 10 years since both parents died. They were, to put that into reference, they both finished high school, they both finished up college before their parents died. As Emmy said, "Do you have a framed photo of Kessel? So if only Kathy, Zach, and Weezy could see us now. But we're too old." As she missed them. And now we begin a B plot in the movie. The Dragons having the exact opposite photos of Emmy, Math, and Enrique took by Kessel. Can I just say both photographs were both pictures? I'm using photograph. I'm using the term photograph because that still means picture. Man, I missed them. Or just became a food critic. And he eats a lot of Bragberry. Zach and Weezy became musicians / party entertainer. Kathy, well, she became kind of a detective, but she now teaches at the school in the sky where Kessel used to teach. And also every building on Dragonland got a big upgrade since it's been almost 10 years since I'm using the episode A Storybook Ending for the cat box. It's set 10 years after the events of the final episode, Dragon Tales, A Storybook Ending. So anyway, wait. Zach, Weezy, they live in separate caves, but they have a picture with Zach. They have a picture of Enrique, that's their grandparents. Instead of their parents, they have a picture of Enrique. And where are you now, Enrique? As I don't want to sing a song. As Cassie has a picture of Emmy. Emmy, you help me fight. Now Emmy's doing that same thing, but with politics, which she does like, being how she's, she wants to become the president one day. She wants to become the president. A story for another time. A story for another time. But anyway, Math, they all decided to get together for a picnic. Emmy said, I remember, as Enrique said, guys, it doesn't feel right. They're all in their 20s or late 30s. they're all grown up. They're all either in their late 20s or 30s. They're either in their late 20s. Well, Emmy is older than Math, so Enrique and Emmy are in their late 30s. Math is 25 throughout the entire special. Yeah, I can't believe it's been almost 25 years since we last said goodbye to Dragonland. I remember that day well. And we have a flashback to saying this is our last adventure before as Mass continued after Emmy and Enrique stopped going. They stopped going once they entered high school. They stopped going to Dragonland once they entered high school. Once they enter middle school, they will be gone. I mean, Emmy, I know that you... When I thought going, I was about to enter high school myself. There have been almost a lot of years since we entered high school. Yeah, Giants... And yes, they're all wearing different clothing, like Arthur in the last episode of his series. They said, now this is the proper series finale, or they could be set for a spin-off series, I don't know. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Emmy said, I have to go do political stuff in like 15 seconds. So Math, yeah. See you whenever I can see you. No, I'm moving in. I mean, even though I have a lot of moolah, I just prefer to be with you. I just prefer to be with you. And also, let me tell you about something. Not something that won't be a part of the series. Cartoon character 10 years later. Episodes like Act Your Age won't be a part of that because we know what the characters are doing 10 years later. Episodes that have characters in their future won't be a part of it. It's like, Arthur Simpsons, since any show that has an episode where the characters are shown in their adult years are not going to be counted. Anyway, back to the video. Where was it? Oh yeah. If they find their own house, it's in disrepair. We gotta make the place sellable for the new owner of Mass. The new owner. Who is that? Enrique. I want to move it back into our our parent gave, turns out their childhood home. They just left it in a state of rock, even though Emmy has it. And she said, I'm not leaving it in a state of repair like this. I promise I won't. I promise I won't leave it in a state of repair. I'm calling a painter, some carpenters, and she made that call all on her phone. Well, anyway, she said, have you ever give your character a name? Yeah, I gave the dragons the name that I knew, like the old Grandpa Dragon Castle. So, as they were talking about Massive Dragonland book series, I've been approached by several networks over the decades to produce a show, but I've always shot it down. Why? Because that show, well, okay, I don't have to give the character names. My feminine name is Buddy. as in Buddy. My penman name. You see, all writers have penman name. Um, that's just a random fun fact. So, anyway, I'm gonna name some characters after us. I'm gonna name the first two after me and you. So I can finally get that TV. I do want a TV deal, but the reason why I don't kind of do and don't is because I love the name, the main human we've been following since the first book. Since Adventure of Dragonland, since the adventure begins. And no, it had nothing to do with the Tom special, The Adventure Begins. Matt just decided to call it. Wait, if Arthur could get away with it, why can I've only named the characters since then. I'm told my publisher that those three are based on stories I read about in books when I was little, and I named them off of us. I don't want to tell them about Dragonland because Castle. So when we all left, he told us never to tell anyone about your parents in Dragonland, my menials. I have some grandparents that are half Spanish, so I know what I'm saying. My menials. As Castle literally said that I know you know what, this became the Brag and Tale series this 10 years later idea pack of Brag and Tale seemed more important than that, then I will make it. Out of all my 10 year later series, Dragon Tales, you know what, I'm gonna make a new tab called 10 year later specials, where I'm going to talk about the shows 10 years later, but as a special, and this will be the first installment. Anyway, right around here in the special, so Matt names the character. We see him writing in a book. As he writes the character names on the as he tells the printer of all the future books to write Emmy and Matt into the pages. To write himself. And what about the third guy that only showed up in, like, our new friend book? He gave them all creative names. And he called Enrique. But he didn't want to tell anyone that it was him. That those parents. But then, after Enrique and Emmy got married and moved into their childhood home, she started before she became pregnant. Yeah. To wish, to use it rhyme. I wish, with all my heart, to fly with dragon and land apart. They all said that. After 25 years, they still remember the rhyme. As they said, probably we're the only adults in Dragonland. They walked around to see how the golden sky looked like a proper school. Locations that they used to like are now like they go back to the carnival where they eat and where's Zach Weezy? Where's Zach Weezy and Cassie? They're probably at their jobs. Remember, we're like almost 20. You're 25. We're 34. We're 35. No way they will wait for that long. As Emmy lost, but met Emmy. this is our special place. Dragonland is a special place that no one else knows about. Except I've actually name dropped. I've actually name dropped the place in my books. What? In your book that you wrote? Yeah, Dragonland is actually the. I probably wrote in my books. If they go back to the school in the sky to where Castle is, they find Cassie in the library of the school in the sky. As they all come back to their friend cave that they had for the last 25 years, hasn't been out like gathering anything because they only once a week. I have a lot to talk about, so I will make it a series. We titled Dragon Tale 10 Years Later, where the plot of every episode will have as Emmy, Matt, and Enrique walk in their old home back in Dragonland. They said, "Well, is Castle still alive?" Yeah, Bragg's basically lived for. How long did Master Yoda and Star Wars live for? 100 years or something, said Matt. No, he only lived till he was 900. Yeah, Castle has only 900 years left. Yeah, Castle only has 900 years left. Yeah, Castle only has 900. So anyway, what are you doing back here? We just wanted to see you all again. Cassie, I know that Castle, so where is he? Castle was so old that he can still move and fly. They said, "Hey, Minions." Castle. So, as Castle asked them what they've been up to in the last 25 years. I am a book writer, and I wrote books about dragon tales. That's the name of the book I have. That's the name of the series I have. Uh-huh. And I've already name dropped all of you. That's good. Have you not given Minions a warning of you keep it a secret? I have, Castle, but one problem. One problem. What? What's that? I really want to mention that those were based off of stuff that I had in my life. Well, I really want to tell someone that it's based on my life. I really want to tell someone it's based on my life. But you told me years ago never to tell you. Yeah, but if you're writing a book, you can say based on memories of my life. You don't have to say based on your life story, Masito. Oh. Why did I think of that? Based on the stories of, based on, well, here, Castle, you can read my books. And Castle read them all. Masito. What? Masito. I love them. I knew you would. What about you and me? You too, Enrique. What about you two? I'm the mayor of Bosswood Terrace. That's where we live, Castle. Yeah? And I'm a Spanish-speaking teacher. All of me, news. That's it. Okay. What is a taste of food? Well, being how much he loves food, he's a world famous food critic. And Zach and Weezy, you know. No, we don't. They're a party entertainer plus they do weird stuff like Weezy does stuff just for publicity now these days. Ever since they split into two, Castle says, you shouldn't tell us the story. Castle, I think you're dying. I have been dying for several years, Daniels. I only have probably 5 years left before I die. Castle, is there any way we can prevent it? I mean, we didn't come all this way to find you just to let you die. Why did you come, Neil? Because we want to escape from reality of our job. Massive right now, always in a time crunch to get the next book out on time. And Enrique only has summer. I have to. The president of the United States banned the other vacation besides summer. So he only gets, and summer now short. With only 5 days. I'm only going to become president next year. Yeah. Please, vote for me, said Amy. As they all said, I will unban a vote for me is a vote but then Castle said I would vote for you, Minions, if I knew what a vote was. You see, it's almost been 4 years. Next year will be every 4 years in America we pick our president. Oh, so vote for Emmy, vote for Emmy, vote for Emmy. I will vote for you, sis. Thanks, Mathfire. But you can only vote for me once. I thought you voted for me in my last mayor election like 8 times. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Vote for me. Anyway, vote for me. Math said, is there anything we can do help, Castle? You could find me a potion. And they go on one last adventure all together in Dragonland. Math said, I could write this in my next book. I started to make up stories that happen in Dragonland. Right. As they find the mysterious thing that Castle needs, they grab it and they say, Castle, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. As he brings it, said, thank you. But still, vote for me. As Emmy tried to get a blow of any of them, they said no. They all said no. They all said no. But, you know, vote for me. Yeah, we've heard it. You talked about that lot during the brag fight. I mean, I can't believe we still flew, that we could somehow still fly I wrote in my book that they put sowls on. What are sowls said what are sowls? Oh, horse thing that we use back home for horses. Oh. And I said in my book that you guys have used, that I put sowls on you. Well, anyway, I put these sowls I had made because of a live show next month. So this is where I'm gonna end the video. Stay tuned for Dragon Tales Adventures 10 years later. Until then, I'm not Punk, and I will see you later.